Hello everyone, I'm Niloy Deb Barma. Today we are going to solve a new problems and the problem's names is Mars weights. What are we going to do? Prompt the users for a weight on Earth and print the equivalent weight on Mars. So we will take the user input for the Earth weight and then it will print the equivalent weight on for the Mars planets. Okay, let's read the problems. So we do not need to read these things. Okay, these are the information about the softwares. No needed. So we'll read the problems. When programming ingenuity, one of the things that NASA's engineers need to account for is the fact that due to the weaker gravity on Mars and Earthlings' weight on Mars is 37.8% weight on Earth, write a Python program that prompts on Earthlings to enter their weight on Earth and prints their calculated weight on Mars. The output should be rounded to 2 decimal places when necessary. Python has a round function which can help you with this. You pass in the value to be rounded and the number of decimal places to use. So what is the main problem? Main problem is think simply. You are in Earth and your weight is 100 Newton and you go to the Mars. So what will be your weight? Your weight will be the mass laser. So it will be decreased 37.8%. So then it will be the 37.8. So your weight in Earth is 100 Newton and in Earth it will be the 37.8 Newton. Okay. So we are not calculating it by the Newton's gravitational law. We will solve it by the Python program. So for that, what is needed? So we have the constant number to convert the Earth weight to the Mars weights. So it is the constants. So highlight that. And there, what is the process? Write a Python program that prompts an Earthlings to enter their weight on Earth. So we should take the user input using the input function. Okay, so after that, print the calculated weight on Mars, and we should calculate the weight on the Mars. How will we calculate that? The calculated by the multiplying the Earth's weight by this constant number. Okay, so and the output format, and what will be the output format? Output format will be the rounded to 2 decimal places where necessary. So we should use the round function, which is written here, that round function. Okay, so there is already said that. So for to solve these problems, we will remove that. There is already a defined function. It is so it is the start of the program. So we should define a function to start coding in Python, and there is needed a function caller. So it will call the full function, and this in the main, and in this bracket there will be the full programs, and which will be called by this one. Okay. So next we will write the code. So as the algorithms and the flowchart, we should take the user input, and the user input will be the Earth weight input using the input function. And there is a print. What will take the input? The weight of the Earth. So it will take the input, and the Python take the input as a string. String means it will take the 70 A B C D X Y Z and anything, and it takes as a text format, not a number format. But to multiply things, we need number format, not the text format. Text format and so text and number cannot multiply. Text and text cannot multiply without assigning any value, and just number and number can calculate it. So and number can multiply things. So for that we need to convert it to the number format. And which number format? We need the float number format, because decimal number for the decimal number we use float function. Okay, so there is a new variable. So we will use the float function. Okay, now so it will convert to the text format to the number format, and which will be the decimal format. Okay, so if you give the input as a 75, it will be the 75.0, which is the number, not a text. Okay, so now we have to calculate the Mars weight. How will calculate the Mars weight? By the Earth weight and multiply the constant 0.378. Okay, so it is so now it will calculate the Mars equivalent weight. Okay, and another, what is the output format? The rounded to the 2 decimals. So for that, for formatted the Mars weight, we will use the round function. So round function, whose value will be the formatted, the Mars weight. Okay, so Mars weight. And how many digits we need? We need 2 decimal numbers. So that's why we will use the 2. If we need 3, we will use 3. If we need 4, then we will use 4. After that, we will write the print function to give the output to the users. Okay. So now copy that and mention. And after comma, what will be the output? The formatted. Now, okay. So the program is finished. Now run. Okay. If you give 100, it is 37.8. If we give the value, again run, and should be then 45.37. Look at 45.37. Okay. So it is not the standard format, because we use that air constant 0.378, and if any other C, so he will not understand what is the meaning of it. For that, we will use global variable. We will define the constant. So to define the constant, we will use the capital variable types, and this is the standard format to use all the capital letter and also the uppercase. Okay. So Mars weight ratio is 0.378. Now in here multiply Mars weight ratio. Okay, now same things, run. Okay, So 120. Okay, it is giving the mission. Now run it and again run 100. Okay, so that's it. So say correct. So it is working. So our program is worked and it gives us the feedbacks. So you can do the same programming by the changing the value, by the changing the constant for the certain and also other planet and also the galaxies and other. Okay, so if you want to try, so you can try it. So thanks for everything. And the next day we will solve another problems and another instant day. Okay, best of luck.